Good morning, you guys.
Morning.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
Good. You guys, hi, Nyasia. How are you? Give me a thumbs up. Nyasia, or is everything good? Sean, good morning.
Hello.
Oh. Kaden, good morning. I'm taking attendance right now. Gonna give people just a few more minutes. Hey, what you definitely need today is a piece of scratch paper, pen or pencil, and if you have a calculator, that would be really good. Because what I want to go over, and like I said, I'm not going to start quite yet. I'll wait for a few people to come in, but I wanted to go over the cost benefit analysis activity. And I thought we could all do it together. And if you could take some notes over it, then it would greatly help you when you get to that activity. I know most people are into Unit 7, which is exactly where you should be. And in the next few days, you'll end up hitting that Lesson 9, which is cost benefit analysis. I think even before I will see you guys actually, I won't see you next Wednesday because of state testing. So that's why I wanted to do it today. So even if you aren't to that point right now, whatever notes you take, you can you can use those when you get to that point. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Yeah, like it. Very good. Excellent. Let me make sure this is being recorded. Okay, good. Okay. So I'm going to get started. Okay. Anybody want to share any good things before we get going? Anything good happened to you the last few days? I think a few people went to prom. Jake, didn't you go to prom?
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Good. Sean, did you go to prom?
Yep.
And did you have a good time?
Yep.
Anybody else? Alan, Nyasia, Kaden, did any of you guys go to prom?
Nope, I did not.
Did not? Anybody
Nope.
else? I didn't. Well, that's a good question. I went to help set up and to decorate, but I had to be up early the next day, so I was not actually at prom. But I will go next year for sure. No? Okay. Okay, are we ready? Everybody have some scratch paper? Kaden didn't go either. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I think we can all do this together. I'm going to share my screen, but I definitely need some of your input when we have to make a few decisions here. So let me share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? It says cost benefit analysis, lesson 9. Okay,
Yes.
good. Awesome. Okay, so if you haven't quite gotten to this lesson, which most of you, I already checked Bright Thinker. I don't think any of you have. So cost benefit analysis is simply in science. Now, if you're talking about like in the financial world, there might be a different definition. But when it comes to science, cost benefit analysis is the process of considering advantages and disadvantages of your available choices. And that's all it is. It's just working out the advantages versus disadvantages of some sort of choice that you have to make. And in science, there's a lot of different choices you have to make. Bright Thinker gave a really good example. So should I buy a donut or apple for breakfast? That's just a simple cost benefit analysis. I mean, we could go through that. What are the advantages and disadvantages of each? Anybody want to shout out some advantages or disadvantages of buying a donut versus an apple for breakfast? Anybody have any ideas? No? Donuts, are they good for you?
More involved.
No, they are not.
They are not. So that would be a disadvantage, right? So not healthy. But what is an advantage of a donut?
It tastes great.
They're delicious, right? So one of our disadvantages of a donut is it's not really healthy, but an advantage is it is delicious, right? What about cost versus an apple? Do you think donuts are more expensive than apples or less expensive?
Apples are less expensive.
You think so? I think if you go to Krispy Kreme, I think one single donut is going to be a lot more expensive than a single apple, but I could be wrong. So what would be an advantage of having an apple instead of a donut? An advantage. Any guesses? No? Apples, healthy or not healthy?
Healthy.
Healthy. So that's one advantage. I honestly think, and this is because I do buy apples a lot. I do think one apple versus one donut is less expensive. So an apple is actually less expensive than a donut if you're just buying a single one. So that, I mean, that's just a very simple example of cost benefit analysis. So let's look at what we are doing for this activity. Okay, so in our cost benefit analysis, we are going to make some decisions about how to set up a wind farm. So once you get into Unit 7, if you haven't already, it's all about energy. It's about natural resources. It's about renewable resources, non-renewable resources. Can anybody give me an example of a non-renewable resource that they've read about in Unit 7? You can type it in or you can shout it out. A non-renewable resource. Any guesses? Okay. Have you guys heard of fossil fuels before? Can you give me thumbs up if you've heard it or yes? Okay. So fossil fuels like oil, coal, natural gas, those are non-renewable resources. So once we use them, they're done. Some renewable resources would be solar power, wind, hydropower. What does hydro mean? No guesses? Hydro means water. Okay, so renewable resources can be used and recycled and used and used and used and used. So what this activity is wanting us to do is they want us to do a cost benefit analysis on a wind farm. I'm not going to read the background because we're going to run out of time, but you guys can read that when you get to this activity. I'm going to move slides here real quick. Okay, so we are going to come up with a cost benefit analysis on a wind farm. So number one, it says you have two locations to choose from. Location number one is a hilly stretch. This location is not near the city that needs the electricity. There are 25 plots available, so we have to keep that in mind, because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put these windmills on our land, and we have to meet certain requirements before we have them built. So this option will cost an additional $1 million per plot for transportation to run longer transmission lines. So we have 25 plots that we can use, but each plot is going to cost an extra $1 million. Okay. Or we can choose location 2, which are open plains. This location is currently occupied by farmland. We have 15 available plots of land. Okay, so a little bit different than 1. It says this option will cost an additional $100,000 per plot to compensate the farmers for the land. Farmland in the area will be significantly reduced. Okay, so before we get to our wind turbine options, I want to look at what is required. Okay, we cannot spend more than $100 million, and we have to generate 100 megawatts per day. Those are our 2 requirements that we have to do. So what we're going to do is they give us this grid. Each square represents a plot. Okay, and we're going to have to put a wind turbine in our plots, and we are going to have to make sure we don't spend more than 100 million and make sure that we can produce at least 100 megawatts of energy per day. Now they've given you an example here, but I want us to walk through this. The 2 windmills or 2 turbines we have, we can use a basic model, and each wind turbine is $2 million. And so if we choose a basic, it's going to cost $2 million per windmill, and it will produce 10 megawatts per day. Now, if we use the upgraded model, which is represented with the letter U, okay, it's going to cost $4 million per unit, and that produces 3 megawatts per day. So we have a few choices to make. So before I move to the next screen, okay, what do you guys, I need your opinion. Do you guys want to do location 1, where we have the 25 plots, and it will cost an additional 1 million per plot? Or do you guys want to do location 2, which is the open plains, and we have 15 available plots plus 100,000 per plot? That's our first decision. What do you guys want to do? Location 1 or location 2? I need some input.
1.
1. Sean says 1. Anybody else? Well, does everybody agree with 1? Give me thumbs up if you agree with 1. Caden says location 1. Nyasha says location 1. Oh, you guys, sorry, I need to be better about looking in the chat. Look at you guys. Look at you guys answering my questions. Oil, nuclear energy, water, power.
This is science class.
This is science class. We are going over cost benefit analysis activity. Okay, so we have decided we are going to do location 1. Okay, so this is going to be location 1. Now, let's go back and see what our information is. So if we do location 1, we have 25 plots. So we have 25 plots. Each plot is $1 million. Oh, let's try that again. Each plot is $1 million extra to haul the windmills into this area. So we have to keep that in mind, okay? And if you remember our goals, our max amount of money is $100 million. We can't spend more than that. And then we also have to produce at least 100 megawatts. Okay, so we have we've got 2 units to choose from, basic unit or upgraded unit. Now, we have to use all of these 25 plots. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to use basic model for all of them? Do you want, no, we're not going to copy this guy. We're going to do our own. So what do you think? All basic model? Do you want to mix between basic model and upgraded model? This guy, the basic model, costs a lot less. Upgraded model costs more, produces less megawatts. Let me see who just came into the meeting here. Okay, what do you guys think? You can put it in the chat. I'm looking right now. Do you guys want to do all basic model? Do you guys want to do a mix between basic and a mix of basic and upgraded? Okay, that's what Caden says. People agree with that? A mix. Nyasia, very good. Okay, so let's do a mix. So we got to do a little bit of thinking here. Okay, so I know, like, if we did all 25 plots, so let's do a mix, like you guys said. Let's do maybe 10, and you guys tell me. We could do 10 upgraded and maybe 15 basic. Tell me what you think. You want to try that? 10 and 15? 10 basic, 15 upgrade. Oh, Caden, you're awesome. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Okay, so now we've got to do a little bit of calculations here. Let's start. I'm going to just rewrite this. Okay, let's start with upgraded. What did we say? What did you say, Caden? 10 and 15, right? 10 basic, 15 upgraded. Okay, so we want 15 upgraded turbines. Each of those costs $4 million, right? Well, 4 million plus 1 million. Remember that? How upgraded will be, oh, sorry, just kidding. Let's double check my work here. Let's double check my information. So okay, so hold on. Basic is 2 million per day. And then we picked location 1, so $1 million extra per plot. Okay, so we got to remember that. Okay, so we're going to do 15 of the upgraded, and it's going to cost $5 million per turbine. And that's because each turbine is 4 million, plus we have to add $1 million to that for each plot. So we're going to start with money, and then we're going to look at wattage and see how this works out. So we're going to do 15 times 5 million. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to give us $75 million so far. And our maximum is 100 million. So like I said, let's start with money and then we'll go with wattage. So if we do 10 basic, right? There we go. So I'm going to go to basic right here. So we said 10 basic. Now they are 2 million a piece, plus we have to add the extra 1 million for using location 1. So 10 times 3 million. So 3 times 10 times 3 million is going to give us $30 million. Now, yes, Alan, question.
May I go to the bathroom, miss?
Sure, go for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 75 million to 30 million. We have to be under $100 million to use this setup. So 75 plus 30 million. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7 is, it's going to give us $105 million if we do it like this. So that's not going to work. What should we do? Should we switch one of the upgraded for one of the basic? See if that will do it for us. I got a thumbs up. I like it. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, so we got to do another calculation. So let's get rid of, I'll just do it down here. We'll say 14 instead of the 15 times the 5 million. And then we'll have to do 9 times 3 million. And let's see what our new numbers are. So 14 times 5 million is going to give us, that's going to give us $70 million, right? And so we're going to do 9 times 3 million is going to give us $27 million. If we do 14 upgraded and 9 basic. So let's see if that works. 70 million plus 27 million is going to give us $97 million. We're under the 100 million, right? Thumbs up, yes? Okay. So let's see if our wattage works. Because, yes, Nyasia, question. Nyasia, did you have a question? Oh, you're bad. Okay. 89 million, I think. 12 upgraded, 13 basic. The new is 95 million. Yeah, which is 105. The original be 100. Oh, look at you. Sorry, you guys. It's hard for me to see the chat when I'm sharing my screen, so I apologize. So 12, 13, 89 million. Okay, you're good. You're good. So Caden, is my math bad? $14 times 5 million? Or did I have them backwards? 79 times 3, 27, so 97,000. Okay, so let's check out our wattage with this example. So we have 14. Okay, so now I'm going to talk I'll go to the other page. I'll make it cleaner. So if we're looking at wattage, we ended up with 14 upgraded and 9 basic. So our basic produces 10 megawatts and our upgrade produces 3 megawatts. So let's see. We had 14 upgraded and they produce 3 megawatts. And basic produces 10 megawatts. So 14 times 3 is 42. Double check my math, right? And then 9 times 10 obviously is 90. So 90 plus 42 is give us 132 megawatts. Somebody check. Kaden, are you checking my math? Am I okay? Okay, am I cool? Brilliant. Thank you. So our scenario is going to be great. So now what we're going to do, we have 14 upgraded and we have to put 9 basic in here. And we hit our wattage goal and then we hit our dollar amount goal. So let's go back to this one. So we can put them wherever you want. So when you're doing this assignment, I just have to put 14 U's and 9 B's. So you can choose where you want to put them. I'm going to put the U's right here. I think I'm going to put 9 basics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to fill the rest with U's. And I think we solved our problem. Okay. What sort of questions might you guys have? Oh, hold on a second. That's 23 plots used. What? Are you sure? Let me double check. I believe you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, 14 plus 9. 14 plus 9 is, oh, oh goodness, we got to really recalculate. You're right. Nobody was going to tell me. 14 plus 9 is 23, so we got to make some changes, don't we? And if you have to leave, you can leave. Okay, so that is 23. So let's calculate this. Let's see what we're doing money-wise. So we have 9 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 16. Thanks, Kaden. You are right. Let's see what that does. 16 times 5 million gives us, that's 80,000 or 80 million. Thank you, Kaden. So 80 million plus 27 million will put us over. You're right. So we're going to have to change that, right? So maybe let's change these two to basic. So that give us, this is called problem solving. So we would be back to 14. We'll change that. We'll be back to 14. Hold on, Kaden. Let's see what you said. 20 basic, 5 upgraded. Love it when somebody keeps me straight. Twenty basic, 5 upgraded. Let's do that. Ah! One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I didn't see your screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen. Okay, thank you for saying something. And if you have to go to another class, go. But we're gonna finish this. We're gonna solve this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to get rid of this guy and make him a basic. I get rid of this guy and make him a basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to get rid of this guy and make him a basic. Okay. Love it. So let's redo our calculations and see if we can hit our goals. It's going to take too long to erase. So we'll start over. We've got 5 upgraded, 5 times. Ah, there we go. 5 times 5 million. Is 25 million. Excellent. And then basic, we decided on 20, right? We had 20 times 3 million. So 20 times 3 will give us 60 million. Add those together. Justin, you're just getting
Who
on the,
made this stuffed animal?
excuse me? Okay, so we're going to do 60 million plus 25 million is going to give us 85 million.
Who
We are,
made this stuffed animal? Who made this stuffed animal?
I don't know who's talking, but
Testing, hello? Who
hello?
made this?
I don't know. Okay. So now let's check wattage. So we are great. We are great on our dollar amount. We ended up with 85 million. So thank you, Kaden, for coming up with that suggestion. A lot of times that's what this is just problem solving. You try something and you have to try again. Okay, so let's go back to our wattage. And we ended up with 5 upgraded, which gives us 3 megawatts. And then we ended up with 20 basic, which will give us 10 megawatts per day. So 15 times 3 is 45. And 20 times 10 is going to be 200. Kaden, is my math still good? So that will give us 245 megawatts per day.
Is the top one 5 times 3?
5 times 3, yeah.
Oh,
So
that
we
wouldn't
had,
equal 40.
say that again. Oh, it's 15. Goodness gracious. 15. So 215 megawatts. There we go. So we got it. We hit our goal. 250 megawatts. Very good. See, I couldn't have done it without you guys. Obviously, my brain wasn't working perfectly. So our first time didn't work, so we just had to try something else, and Kaden pointed us in the right direction, and now we got it to work. So this, and I know a lot of you aren't even to this point, but this gives you an idea of how to do this assignment. You can either use the work that we all did together today to come up with the 85 million and the 215 megawatts, or you can come up with your own plan, as long as you hit the less than 100 million and at least 100 megawatts. So you can either use that work that we just did today, that you guys all pitched in today, or you can just use the information so you can set up your own plan. And then you'll just have to answer the questions yourself. Does that make sense? Thumbs up? Awesome. Very good. Now, I made sure that this is being recorded. So if you get to that point and you forget, or you didn't have time to write stuff down, you can go back to the Teams and you can watch this video. Before I let you guys go, do you guys have any questions? You have questions about any assignments you're currently on? Anything like that? I am behind in grading, so you just got to be patient. We've had state testing and have really just no time at all. But questions about any other assignments or anything? Okay. Well, I wrote your names down, and I will give you, so we've only had one other class, which was on 3/27. So once we get a few classes behind us, I'll add that extra credit into Bright Thinker for you somewhere, and I'll put a note in the notes where I add it. Does that make sense? Good. Okay. Okay. If there are no questions, I'm gonna let you go. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.